perfect story that they had built out. It started with Jey Uso 2 years ago. They had a perfect story that they had Sami Zayn calculate perfectly, fucking perfectly. That took a turn at Royal Rumble, and they didn't pull the trigger on Sami. And that was the second time they disappointed us, because it should have been Drew back in the UK. But you know what? They sacrificed us all so that they could give it to who? Cody Rhodes. And then they just fucking don't crown Cody at WrestleMania. They sacrificed 3 baby faces so that Roman can get 1,000 days. And you can do this in Saudi Arabia, to whom you are no longer even selling. This company is... I didn't even want Cody to win, and this is the dumbest shit in the world. They are so fucking stupid. How many baby faces are you going to sacrifice at the altar of Roman Reigns? You sacrificed the entire roster last year to get to this point. You sacrificed Drew in the UK. You sacrificed Sami Zayn, all to shove Cody down our throats. I wasn't even a fan of it. Phenomenal match tonight. Really, really great. Would have been the right call, even though it wasn't a call that I liked. There's a lot of times I don't like what might be the right call for this company, because the way this company does wrestling is not my favorite way to do wrestling. And that's fine. I've accepted that. I know what I'm dealing with. This is the dumbest fucking run I have seen. This is so fucking stupid. My God, this is dumb. And you know what? They were fucking lazy about it. They did a ref bump. They had Solo Sikoa interfere. They ran the same fucking formula that they do twice. They run the same formula that they do for all these fucking matches. You could have had Roman go over and just actually gone over, and at least we're having a different conversation, because there's not even dissension in the fucking bloodline anymore. This is so fucking stupid. Hi, get in your Sour Chats at sourchats.com. This is the WrestleMania Night 2 Fight Feels Like post show. This is the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, everybody. Hello, Fightful Faithful. Welcome to another episode of Sour GRAPS. I'm your host, Alex Pulaski.
The sourest fucking GRAPS.
That's you're sour. I love it.
Well, you know what the problem is?
I've decided to embrace the chaos. They're selling to the UFC. So next year we're going to get Conor McGregor versus Roman Reigns. It's going to be the worst fucking shit ever. We're going to get WWE slap fight in the mid card of WrestleMania next year. It's going to be Braun Strowman having a slap fight with Uncle Howdy, who's now Uncle Howdy is played by Omos. They're just going to switch it up for us, you know? It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts.
Buddy, I don't want to watch Roman Reigns matches anymore. There is no point. Mm-mm. And it's not even his fault, because he's really good.
He's really
That's
good.
what's so annoying. The man, God bless him, I don't know how he figured it out, kicks out at 2999999999999 every time. And it's never 3. It's somehow never actually 3. He is unbelievably cool. He is unbelievably calculated. I am so sick of watching the same fucking match over and over and over again.
Yep. Me too.
Night 2 was mid. I can't believe I'm saying that, because I thought night 1 was going to be the rough night. The triple threat was phenomenal. Asuka and Bianca was really strong ring-wise. There was no story, because I didn't tell a story going into it, because this company is stupid.
No. Yes, they are. They're really dumb. They're really dumb.
Alex, this wasn't even the outcome. This was the outcome I would have, like, as a fan, almost preferred in ways. This was the dumbest decision. Yeah. Why do you keep middling your fucking baby faces? This is so dumb.
Right. No. I have to like this because I called for it.
You really don't. I call for a lot of dumb shit.
I know, but like I said, they should have Roman win and then tell the story with Cody Rhodes. They didn't have time to tell because he was hurt for so long. If they were going to tell it, if you give them the benefit of the doubt that they knew last summer that they were going to put the title on Cody Rhodes, I have to believe that at some point between June and the Royal Rumble, they would have done some shit to lay the groundwork for him taking the title off of Roman Reigns, but they couldn't because he was hurt.
I am nervous that it's going to be The Rock at SummerSlam. Or The Rock in Saudi Arabia. I'm legitimately very nervous.
I honestly, I do believe this. I believe it's going to be Cody in Saudi Arabia because they'll be able to. You
can't even watch it.
No, I listen. Here's the thing. I saw literally everything you could possibly pack into a Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes match tonight. There's nothing else they can give me. It's going to be the same shit because they did literally everything you could possibly do. Okay,
those guys don't shit because they don't do anything different with Roman.
Those guys don't have another match other than this. They just said, Cody Rhodes, go out there and be as Cody Rhodes as you possibly can. Roman, go out there and do all your Roman Reigns shtick. And they did it. They did as much as they possibly could tonight. So even if they have a rematch and they do it in Saudi Arabia, which I won't watch, I don't need to see it. So Cody Rhodes, I believe Cody Rhodes is going to win the title in a rematch with Roman Reigns after they get Roman to 1,000 days. Does 1,000 days matter? No. To them, it does. It's a nice round number. They could do 1,000 days coronation ceremony. They can sell a bunch of 1,000 days bloodline T-shirts. They can do all that shit. Okay. To them, it matters. It's stupid, but to them, it matters. So I think that is what they will do. What I would do is I would not do that. I'd have Roman defend his title against whoever the fuck cares at Saudi Arabia because he's not losing Saudi Arabia. I'd have somehow Cody Rhodes win some kind of gauntlet or battle royal or whatever to win, he wins the Money in the Bank. That's what you do. Well, actually, then it happens afterwards. I'm just saying, when is Money in the Bank? Is Money in the Bank in June this year?
Or he's a part-timer. You're not going to actually build anything.
No. Madison Square Garden is 3 days after Independence Day on SmackDown. They've already booked it. It's already there on the thing. That is a significant place in the story of Cody Rhodes. Now, listen, all things being equal, should Cody have won tonight? Yes, of course he should have. Of course he should have. But this gives them an opportunity to actually tell a story with them, and they have not told a story, Kate. I'm sorry with all this bullshit. A story is not, my daddy liked you more and now he's dead. That's not a story. They haven't, not in comparison to the year of groundwork they laid with Sami Zayn. Should they have put the title on Sami Zayn in Elimination Chamber, considering what they did tonight? Of course they should have. I'm talking about everything that has happened has already happened. Moving forward, you have an opportunity to tell the story of Cody Rhodes winning the title. His dad never could. In the place where they took it from his daddy. He says, all I ever wanted to do was win the title they took from my daddy at the Garden. If he wins it at the Garden, it's another level of the story to finish the story in the place where the story technically began is, in some ways, poetry. But they're never going to do it.
First of all, it's, if anything, it's cinema.
Okay.
Second of all,
true.
It ain't WrestleMania. It's really fucking dumb. What they did tonight is really fucking dumb. And it's really dumb because the whole reason that you and I were mad was because they threw the Sami story out the window for this. Mm-hmm. And then they didn't even do this. And they did it in the most boring fucking way possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is such garbage. I am so ever-loving sick. This is the opposite of the John Cena era. This is why I almost quit watching before the pipe bomb. John Cena would just beat all the heels.
Yep.
This is Roman Reigns beating every fucking babyface on the roster in the same way. And it makes me not give a shit about the matches we're seeing.
Right.
It is so dumb. And I'm sorry. There's nothing that they're going to do in Saudi Arabia that's going to be a bigger moment than this. Who gives a fuck about 1,000 days?
I mean, like the thing was like you and I don't, and nobody in their right mind does. They do. They do. I like motherfucking Jacob as opposed to
MFJ. Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's
MFJ
good
is
shit.
good.
Oh my god, this company is so fucking dumb.
Yeah. So
I was like preparing to come on here because I was like, Alex is gonna be like talking about how it was a really good match, but this was dumb for the story. And I was prepared for that because there's a big part of you that's right in that. But I was gonna tell you about everything Steven Jensen said on Overbooked today about the kind of guy Cody is, at least. And I was gonna mention.
Don't fucking care. Don't fucking care about
I know you
Cody in
don't,
real life.
but
I care
there's
about the character. I care about the character.
I
Like,
know. But
yeah.
like there is something nice about knowing like a good guy would get the cheap moment.
That's good, but they could do better with presenting him as not like Homelander. Like it's so creepy. The like he literally was draped in a bald eagle coming out. Like it's just weird and over the top, and I don't love it. So that's my thing.
You don't,
you know,
but like
yeah.
he's Dust. If they're gonna shove Dusty Rhodes' kid down her throat, this is what Dusty Rhodes' kid down her throat looks like.
Yeah.
Like it is so unbelievably stupid to do this. It is. I am so fucking now absolutely bored. I am so bored. Because the other thing is, this is so dumb to do with the fucking Usos.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns doesn't come out for a second of their match.
No.
It lets them lose to Sami and KO.
Mm-hmm.
So Sikoa ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Jay's the one to dethrone. This makes no sense that they would still have any loyalty to Roman Reigns. After all of the shit, this also undid the storytelling of everything they built with Sami. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. To do in Saudi Arabia. Fuck you.
This does feel like a possibility.
They're not selling to Saudi Arabia anymore.
No. Because Endeavor was like, let's just keep everything the way it is.
No, come on. You don't think the UFC owners want the Mr. America winning? Come on.
I don't know. Maybe they want to do it in their arena or something in Vegas, like in a cage or some shit. I don't know.
They're doing it because they suck at this. They're doing this because they did it with Sami. They're doing it because they did this with Drew. They're doing this because they did this with the rest of the roster to then do it to Brock anyway. They fucking suck at creating baby faces as stars. They are terrible at this.
Yeah.
And I don't even like Cody that much. I don't like this rendition of Cody that much. He was the right call. And you destructed your whole roster in the process. And now the Usos look like fucking chumps instead of one of the most badass tag teams on earth. They look like fucking idiots for being loyal to a guy who didn't even attempt to send out even Solo during their match.
It looks like they made the decision to after they were like Usos lose the titles to Kevin and Sami. Sometime today they made the decision. No, Roman's winning. That's what it looks like to me because the booking of the other thing doesn't make sense if you're gonna have this here. I mean, did we get any? I mean, I didn't watch the pre-show because God, can you imagine? But 2 hours without a match pre-show.
I also needed a nap at one point.
Yeah, my Jesus.
So I napped during the pre-show.
I don't know. I'm assuming they didn't do a backstage stuff with the Bloodline. Like if they had done like a thing with like the Usos.
No, they would have put that on the main.
Wouldn't they? Like I would assume like if the Usos were trying to get into the dressing room and Paul Heyman was like, the tribal chief does not wish you to be in his presence tonight. You have a lot of making up to do for the embarrassment that you caused him last night when you lost the tag titles. And Jay and Jimmy look at each other and go, we got to make sure that we got his back tonight. If they had done something like that, then there would have been this moment that happens in the match later that you go, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. But as it is, no, it seems really dumb.
That would also be stupid because Jay was already on thin ice with it. You know what I mean? Like Jay also already had his doubts about it, but came back for his brother. So the fact that he has loyalty to Roman at all is already shaky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah. God, this is so fun. I love conspiracy theories. We gotta get friggin' hold on.
Scripts on?
Yeah, we got hold on. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, hold on. All right. Hold on. There. No, I'll tell you, this is not a conspiracy theory. What this is Vince McMahon watching some retribution for Cody leaving and making AEW. And the whole thing was a long con from the beginning. Oh, come on over here, Cody. We'll re-sign you. We'll make you a big star. Then I'm going to put you in the main event of WrestleMania, make you look like a fool in front of everybody, in front of God and everybody else. I'm gonna make you look bad because you left me, and then later we're just gonna make you Stardust again. That's not a conspiracy. That's the truth. This is so true. You know, Kate's pissed when she's not amused by scripts. Listen. You remember this, Kate? I had like a 12-minute rant last year about Brock and Roman, and all of the top baby faces you sacrificed at the altar.
They've done it to 3 more fucking people.
Of Brock beating Roman, and they sacrificed all of their top baby faces at the altar of Cody beating Roman, and then they didn't do that either. So I can be pissed, or I can just wallow in the chaos of it. That absolutely there's nobody at the wheel. This company is fucking hopeless. They're selling to the people who allowed Dana White to keep his job after he slaps his wife in public on video. So, like, nah, this place.
Well,
they
were gonna have to sell to somebody with no morality. Vince isn't exactly.
Well, the thing is that everybody who has any shred of morality wanted Vince gone if they bought the company.
Of course.
And they found somebody who would allow him to stick around and pay a pig top fodder for it. My God.
I just got sent a tweet from Ryan Sullivan of Joel Pearl saying that Roman asked how much is left in this bloodline story, and he said we're only in the 3rd inning. He wants to open up people's attention spans, not run it like TikTok or YouTube shorts that people will have to pay attention for more than 20 seconds. 3 fucking years.
Mm-hmm. It's going to last forever.
Build the story. He's not going to be around. He doesn't show up to fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
Raw has no title. Mm-hmm. He's barely at SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is wrong with this company? Like, honest to God.
They're entirely rudderless. They have either an insane septuagenarian sexual abuser who thought it was a good idea at this stage of his life to dye his hair and his creepy little mustache jet black. They have either that guy in charge or his oddly ineffectual former pro wrestler, Booker of the Year, son-in-law who can't do anything right in charge of this company. That's it. And I guess they were trying to bring back the actual son, but that man's knee ligaments are strewn from here to Fresno. So, like,
I felt so bad because I was in stitches when he went down, and then I saw it in replay, and I was like, oh, he's not walking for 9 months. That was nasty on the replay. Holy fuck! But the fact that I've seen that man jump from a cage to a table, and it was a leapfrog that took him out.
Listen, he's not the same kid anymore. He's not the same kid anymore. Jesse said we have a fight pick for that mustache. It's on. Go back and search Fightful. It's there.
People thought it was an April Fool's joke, and Jeremy was like, "No, it was real."
No, it's for real. I do love this one also from Jesse from before. Fade in. Kate in mid rant.
That was we'll let people behind the curtain on that. Alex was like, "I want you in mid rant," because I was before we went on.
I was like,
here,
this is all gold. I don't want it behind the scenes. I want it on the fucking show. So let's start now, and you just keep going, and it worked.
I'm like thinking it's not Cody. Like now, seeing that third inning shit, I feel like it's gonna be Jay at WrestleMania next year.
Oh, he's gotta say that. What is he gonna do? Like, how much is left? Well, actually, I'm gonna lose the titles to Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Well, no, he lies. He's a worker. Like they're all a bunch of fucking carnies. Yes, we're in the third inning, but he could fucking lose it. Like if he ever decided to show up for work, he could lose it on Raw tomorrow. Like he's a liar. Like, you know, they're all liars. So I wouldn't take any stock in the third inning.
Drop at WrestleMania is just, I mean, swing and a miss isn't a strong enough metaphor.
Right.
This was so ungodly stupid. How many baby faces?
There are so many problems with this, but the main problem is that not only did all the stars align for the title change, but you sacrificed Sammy's moment for what you practically told us belonged to Cody. It is oh god, oh poor Shane, like those quads, the weak quads run in the family.
It's hereditary, I'm told.
The weak quads run in the family. Seth is pretty happy.
I felt really bad because I was
this is great. Seth,
when he went down on a leapfrog, I was laughing.
Seth, I'm gonna tell us what's Roman winning. Please get me film of that. Someone DM me that. So listen, we can sit here. Like, I guess we'll talk. Let's talk about the main event now. I guess
let's do an hour and a half on Omos and Brock.
Yes, yeah,
and we'll throw another 10 minutes at the end.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Brock decided he wanted to be.
This is my favorite. The Ruby Soho guy from Rancid. His name is Lars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, beep boop. Shane did a leapfrog over the Miz in a match that Snoop Dogg sanctioned,
and won.
and he landed while doing a leapfrog and blew out his quad. And
after being gassed going down that ramp.
Oh my god, the poor guy. We'll talk.
I would be too. That's not like a shot, but
listen. See, this is the thing, Phil. I have been secretly hoping that Cody would lose. Not secretly, actually. Not at all.
I was gonna say, who was the secret with you in the whole world?
Publicly hoping that
I was secretly putting it on Twitter most days a week.
I have been publicly hoping that Cody would lose. So now that he's lost, I have to find a way to justify it, even though it is a terrible choice by WWE. And I believe that. And honestly, I do not think it would be a terrible choice if they had not just passed by the Sami Zayn angle in favor of Cody Rhodes. I do believe there is value in telling a story of Cody honestly chasing the title, because he has not been
Homelander to them. He's Captain America to them. And you're gonna go have him win in Saudi Arabia. It's fucking dog shit.
They shouldn't. But I believe they will. I do believe there is value in doing it the way that I have booked, which is that he wins it right after the 4th of July in the very arena that they stole the title away from his father. Like that.
Alex, what
makes
what
sense.
on earth makes you think that they're going to align with your booking?
No. I'm saying that there is value in doing a story of Cody chasing. They are going to fuck up that story. But there is value there, hypothetically, if they could possibly do it. They're not going to. They should have just done it now and moved on with shit, but they didn't. I cannot accept a world in which, well, now we're going to do The Rock versus Roman Reigns at the Philadelphia WrestleMania next year. I can't accept that. Like, they're winding this thing down, as evidenced by the fact that the Usos no longer have the tag titles. They're winding this thing down. Do I think somebody else could do it? Do I think it should be Seth over Cody? Yeah. Do I think it should be Jay over Cody? Yeah. Do I think it'll be somebody, most likely Cody, who actually takes the title off of Roman Reigns SummerSlam-ish? Yes, that is what I believe they will do. I'm trying to find a way to make it palatable to me the most, but whatever. Like,
adorable, because we're gonna get a bunch of 6-man matches with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and
I'm
Cody
sure
Rhodes.
the crowd was pissed and everyone was shocked. Of course. Yeah. No, the crowd. Of course, the crowd's angry.
This was dog shit. And it's a waste of a really good match, and it's a feud that shouldn't, in my opinion, should not have like 3. And it is such an insult to the fact that you also wasted the Sami story, you wasted Drew, you wasted Brock, you wasted the entire rest of the roster that you sacrificed to get Brock in the position that you had to put Brock in. And you're still not going to do the right thing. Because the right thing would be like Sammy or Jay or whatever. You're going to give it to Cody in a different country when he's out there in his red, white, and blue fucking jacket. And we're going to get Solo Sikoa and Cody at Backlash. Fucking who gives a shit? You have middled every babyface you have built for no fucking reason.
Yep.
It is so dumb.
Seth is indeed hoisting a brew with Becky by his side, also grinning ear to ear in the stands. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yeah.
It was a big mistake.
Yeah.
This also a big mistake.
Yeah, well, that's
the fake one.
No, that's the fake one. That's the fake one. You got to find the new one. You got to find it's around somewhere.
Sexy Edge.
That's not Adam Copeland. That's not Edge. It's a fake person. That's Sexy Minoru Suzuki.
That's Sexy Minoru Suzuki. Sorry, I just thought I'd pull up some things that give me joy at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
You know what didn't give me joy, Kate? Brock Lesnar and Omos. What a joke Omos is.
So mean, but not inaccurate.
I mean, like, he's very big. I'm sorry that being very big doesn't do anything for me anymore. You know what this match was? This was basically Big John Studd versus Andre the Giant. 2 big dudes trying to body slam each other. But it was one half of that was doing that, and the other guy was selling for him. The extent of Omos's offense is body slams, forearm shivers to the back, and bad-looking choke slams. That's it. That's all he can do. And not good big boots. Like, he doesn't have any offense. Not like he doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't do anything.
It's Von Wagnerish. It's very Von Wagnerish.
I mean, he outweighs Von Wagner by 150 pounds, and he's about a foot taller than him. Von Wagner's only 6'5". So, like, he's about a foot taller than him and outweighs him by 150 pounds. You can figure out ways of gorilla pressing dudes, not Lesnar, of course, but, like, do something other than a scoop slam, body slam, which is shit people were doing at WrestleMania 1. Like, if you can't get better than that with your offense, then get the fuck out. Yeah, I don't need you here. Like, you're nothing. You're not good. You're not good enough to be working a Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania, especially when Brock Lesnar hit with like 4 German suplexes and 1 F5, and you took a dirt nap. You suck, Omos. Get out. You're done. I have people, the nerve of people saying that this proved that he's ready. How? What did he do that made you think that he was ready?
No, this fundamentally was not good. He should never have been in the position. He should never, ever, ever have been put in this position. That is not on him. This never from the get should have been a thing. This went exactly how I thought it was going to go. I'm relieved it went the way I thought it was going to go. Brock Lesnar should win here. It was a really bad idea to put this on WrestleMania.
Yes,
And
it was an awful idea. You could
it
have
was
just
all
done.
awful.
You could have just You could have finished out the Bobby Lashley Brock Lesnar storyline.
You didn't,
Which you
didn't even have
should
to
have.
finish it out. You could have thrown him in here when Bray went down. You also didn't have the Hurt Business try to do anything. You didn't have this. They did. This was a colossal waste of time.
You didn't even have to do anything with Omos at all. Like no Bray. Don't get Bray. Why is Bray involved? Just after you have Brock Lesnar get intentionally disqualified with a low blow, you do another one where there's a no DQ match. A no DQ, and you just let these two guys beat on each other. That's an easy way to finish it off, man. It was just
Alex, I like it is so hard to even remotely give a shit with how dumb what we just witnessed was at the end of the show. This actually does crack me up. Jake Salazar is a hater, but like if Jay White didn't dot his I's and cross his T's, if he didn't already dot his I's and cross his T's on his contract, I think his palms are running with ink right now.
Yeah.
Fucking yikes.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. This was really bad. Thank God it was over quickly. Also, thank God it was over quickly. But also, what? The women's showcase match, which was what? I think it was the N and the H who might actually be in this this chat right now, who said that it's that Chelsea and Sonya look really good together, even though they didn't have matching gear. Why would they invest in matching gear? They're going to have new partners next week. Like none of it makes any sense. Like why?
This was a great match for a division that doesn't exist. But it was actually, there were some multi-women matches that we'd seen that were not so great. This was pretty strong. Mm-hmm. Sonya looked great. Loved the equality sign that she had painted on with her body paint.
Yes. Chelsea
makes me so nervous whenever she does one of those dives. I know you can't think that way as a wrestler or a wrestling fan, but I was like, her wrist. Liv had some really fun spots. When Raquel hoisted her to take out, when Raquel used Liv as a weapon to take out the women on the side, and Liv's face just looked like, this is delicious for me. I loved that. There was some really, really good work in this match. I actually really liked Ronda and Shayna's gear. This is the one time I've really liked Ronda's eye makeup. It looked cool. I liked that they came out in the gis. They looked like badasses. Something happened with the finish here. I feel like the plan was always for Ronda to win with the armbar because she's not cleared. But that was always going to be the lock-on. But I don't know what happened with Shayna. That was weird.
No, it was really bad. Weird with Shayna when she came in and did a knee with her good leg, and her other leg had her boot ripped off. So did she hurt her ankle or something? She took her boot all the way off to come. Shayna barely ever got involved in the match. Ronda, I don't think did ever, because as you say, she's not cleared. And my thing is, if she's not cleared, why is she in a match?
Well, because they qualify. Oh, wait. They didn't qualify.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the conspiracy theory. This is not a conspiracy theory. What they did is they decided they had to have Ronda Rousey in a match at WrestleMania, so they booked the whole thing around it. And then she hurt herself, so wasn't actually cleared. And they were like, "Well, let's do it anyway."
Well, Jesse the Body Van Scripsa says that. I'll say this much. My favorite part of this, no offense to Seth at all, because that's amazing. Becky grinning like an idiot is so awesome about this.
She knows she's right there with her man. She knows it. She knows her man has a better claim to being the one to beat Roman than Cody ever did. She knows.
I've been highly critical of Ronda's last reign, especially. I've been highly critical of the creative with her. I feel like she was not very good in the ring. I will say this for Ronda Rousey. I don't know if the women main event 30, was it 35? I don't know if the women main event without her there. And I have respect for the fact that she wants better for this division and she wants the women's tag division to be a thing. Like, I respect that she takes pride in her work, at least that way. This is my concern. I feel like the finish was always going to be Ronda locking on the armbar. I think Shayna was supposed to have a sequence of offense and a flurry of offense before that.
But no.
That makes me nervous. I hope she's okay. But I have respect for Ronda wanting to be able to use what legitimately is still star power. Even though like hardcore wrestling fans aren't behind her, which I'm kind of one of them. In arenas, she gets really big pops. So I appreciate that she wants to be productive and make a difference with that. It's just very weird that there were no tag titles on the line and that this was not for number one contendership. That's fucking dumb.
Yep. There was a suicide dive landed on Shayna. She dropped holding her leg. That sucks for Shayna. And for Ronda, Ronda said, I want to do tag stuff with my buddy Shayna. And they were like, but we're just going to have you defend the title against Rhea Ripley in the... No, or whatever it was they had planned for. They had her planned for her to still be the champion by now. They had planned that. And she was like, no, I want to do something with my buddy Shayna Baszler. Oh, along the way, I'm going to get hurt and not cleared, so we'll do this weird finish to this match. And in that match, my buddy Shayna Baszler is going to get injured, and who knows how long she's going to be out. Jesus Christ, ridiculous. Yeah, I see that. Everybody come to sourchats.com and leave a sour chat. They're working tonight. They weren't working last night, sour chats, but now they're working. So I'm going to definitely read you.
Thank you in advance.
Yeah. The C triplets are sitting in traffic very unhappy. Well, it's LA traffic. It's going to get worse. This
was dog shit.
Yeah. The finish was dog shit. Everything was very ridiculous of this particular match here. I know you're talking about the thing thing at the end, but we'll get back to it. There's not much to talk about along the way. Except for this.
I could talk about this triple threat for a long time.
Except for this. So my thing was like, the match with Omos and Brock was bad, but at least it was quick. The women's showcase tag match was bad, but at least it was quick.
It wasn't bad though. It was
wonky because of an injury that happened in the match. And it was the whole thing was a fucking cover to get Ronda on the card somehow. And they threw together a bunch of tag team. You literally threw Chelsea Green into a match at WrestleMania with her third partner in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be Carmella, I think, and Carmella's not clear for whatever reason.
I get it. So then they're not allowed in the match. Like, I don't know. There's other Natalya.
But there's not other tag teams.
There's 4 other people Natalya has wrestled with in the past month. You just decided it was going to be Shotzi this time. Ridiculous.
They didn't even have Shotzi's tank, Alex.
No, they had it backstage, but apparently maybe the brakes aren't good enough, and they thought that she was just going to roll all the way down the ramp.
Okay, well then that's the right call, because you also don't want to do that. That would be bad.
Or maybe they thought she was going to run out of gas about halfway down there because the ramp was really long.
A lot of people had responded to my tweet about that and said gas is expensive these days, and I said call it a Kingston. He's got his gasoline can ready to go at all times.
The Intercontinental title match might have been the greatest triple threat ever contested by men on this planet. It was really, really, really good. My only thing is Sheamus has to win that title. If it's not here, it's gotta happen. I think they know it's gotta happen. They're just like doing the stupid artificial holding it out until maybe he wins it in the UK because that's close to Ireland, because they should have had him win it in the UK last year, but now he'll finally win it at Money in the Bank this July or whatever. But like,
I wonder if that's the
only thing.
If they want him to win it from Gunther, like if they want to go back to a one-on-one match for that title, and I'm not even I'm not mad. I don't think there was to be honest, I don't think there was a wrong call any way you book this. I think if it's Drew and you have Sheamus chasing, that's fine. If Sheamus wins it, it's an awesome moment. Gunther retaining. I agree with you. I think Sheamus is ultimately going to be the one to take it off of him. This match was phenomenal. Phenomenal. The three of them all work so well together. God, this was like Gunther is so cool, man. And getting to see him in there with like two big boys was really, really, really fun. It was just art. Like you just got to go back and watch it. Like they're talking about it in the chat right now. The sound of a lot of those chops sounded like a gunshot was going on.
Oh my God, those guys were killing each other with those. It was great. I loved that. Was so excellent. Robert Lyle says, playing a drinking game, taking a shot every time Kate drops an F-bomb, 5 minutes into the stream, and I already have alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna want to go to the hospital for that.
It's crazy. So all of these, almost all of these are about the
dumbass main event and how fucking
the dumbass main event.
Was.
So when we get to that point, I'll read all of these. But if you've got anything to talk about, anything that happens between now and then, by all means. Shane blowing out his quad might be a topic of conversation you want to weigh in on. Here's the thing: not blowing out his quad, just the ridiculous what the fuckitude of Shane McMahon being a guy who walked out at WrestleMania today after the shit he pulled at Royal Rumble last year. That might be something.
Two WrestleMania or his last two appearances on WWE programming have not been like W's.
Yeah. So this was excellent. Imperium didn't come out. Braun Brutes didn't come out.
Yeah.
Just three men beating the shit out of each other. Gunther retained. I love Gunther. I love Gunther. I would have pulled the trigger on Sheamus here and done that because I think Gunther is ready to move up. But then again, they have enough for him to move up to because they didn't put the title on Cody. I thought for sure they were putting the title on Cody, so Cody's going to have somebody to feud with because Roman's going to be busy feuding with Jey Uso.
Cody came in at 30 at Royal Rumble, and it was dumb. But the one good thing about it, Alex, was we basically got a Cody and Gunther match. Cody faced Marcel Bartel or Ludwig Kaiser or whatever the fuck his name is on the SmackDown before this. Because Cody was supposed to win tonight and face Gunther. Sheamus was supposed to win the IC title. You fucked everything up. Company is dumb. Okay, I'm not trying to put myself over, but I love doing this with the mic because it makes me feel like a little girl because I have to use two hands. I can't hold it with one hand; it's too big. That's
what she said.
Knew it as soon as I said.
So listen. We got this amazing IC title match with a really, really great, like, Sheamus kicked out of a Claymore, McIntyre clicked out of a Brogue kick. He was going, like, he got hit with another Brogue kick. Sheamus got on top of him, but Gunther did his what used to be a giant flying baby is what I used to call it because Gunther, when he was doughy, looked like somebody like hit a toddler, like a 1.5-year-old with gamma radiation, and he just grew but didn't like lose any of his baby fat. But he's just huge and strong, but he was just so doughy. And so when he would do his flying splash when he was bigger, it looked like a giant flying baby. I can't call him anymore because now he's got Michael Phelps's body, and so it's a very different thing now. But that's what he did. He did his flying splash that he normally does.
Really does have Michael Phelps's body.
He has those incredibly long arms and very like lithe shoulders. He has a swimmer's body. But anyway, he did the splash and then he did a power bomb of Sheamus on Drew McIntyre, and then he power bombed Drew McIntyre, and then he won. Gunther's great. Walter is great. I still think that Sheamus needs to be the guy who's holding that title before the year is out. There was a really cool spot where Sheamus hit Gunther with a brogue, and Drew broke up the pin by pulling Sheamus out of the ring, and Sheamus was so pissed.
This was really, really good. Yeah. This was really, really good. This was one of the best triple threats I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So much story that came out. So much. I think Gunther's always phenomenal.
Yeah.
But like when he's in there with dudes that he knows he can throw around a little bit, there's just there's a notched up viciousness because he knows he's with guys who he can safely beat the ever living crap out of, which is just a little bit more fun. But all of this was extremely well orchestrated. This was
SRS, stop breaking news on the other show while we're over here discussing that they changed plans today.
Yeah,
stop
burying.
Stop doing that. Stop burying us because we're speculating while you've got actual scoops.
Yeah, it's gross.
Plan to decide weeks ago. What?
Doesn't make the plan any less dumb.
No, it doesn't.
Thank you for making me feel better. The horrible booking kid. Anyway.
So yeah, this match was amazing. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's great. It's everything we expected it to be. There was a really good little story thing here that when Gunther got interfered by Ariel Helwani, he said they disliked gimmick matches like triple threats because it's not pure competition. That's why this felt different. There was a moment where all three men were hitting each other as hard as they can. And the way that Michael Cole described it, and he was on one tonight, man. That guy is, he's so good when he is good. And he was so bad for so long. It took me so long to admit to myself that he can be good when he is good. But he was bad for a long time because he had Vince in his ear. And he just didn't give a shit anymore. Now he gets to be who he wants to be on commentary, and he's great. When he gets excited, it's great. But he said it's like Sheamus and Drew are fighting with each other over the right to then fight Gunther. In the middle of the match, they were having a number one contenders match. And that was so right. It was just such a really, really cool way to lay this out. The only time we had one guy taking a nap, which usually happens in a triple threat, is when the story dictated we needed to see Sheamus fight Drew one-on-one for a little bit. And that's the only time we did that. So this was really good, man. This was really good.
It was. And actually hearing that thing about it not being pure competition makes me wonder if Sheamus is going to beat him one-on-one. Like that actually makes me feel better. They'll probably have him break the record.
Right.
And then have Sheamus win, which I'm not mad about.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we can talk about this now. Bianca and Asuka were great. Were really great. They were never going to measure up to what Rhea and Charlotte did last night. They at least we know, like, if they didn't harness the power of the actual story in their build to this match between Rhea and Charlotte, at least if you're paying attention, you know that Charlotte has been the hump that Rhea cannot get over. And you've seen
there was history there, even if they didn't talk about it.
If they didn't talk about it specifically, because for some reason they didn't want to bring up the NXT stuff outside of that one match at Mania 36. They didn't even bring up the fact.
Bring up the main roster stuff.
They didn't bring up the fact that like Rhea won the title at Mania 37 and then dropped it a month later to Charlotte. Like the one time that Rhea got to taste gold, Charlotte came and took it away from her. Like that, they didn't do any of that. So at least if you're watching that match and you put all that behind it, it was great. This didn't have that. It just didn't. But didn't mean these two women aren't amazing and so great. And the thing is, I thought going into tonight, Asuka's got to win, right? Bianca's had the title for a year. Asuka's got to win. There's never going to be anybody better than like crazy makeup spitting mist Asuka to be somebody who could beat Bianca Belair, the John Cena of women's wrestling. There's never going to be anybody who did that. And then Bianca Belair comes out and is the John Cena of women's wrestling because her entrance featured these amazing, beautiful little black queens out there doing amazing, brilliant dancing with their braids and their outfits and everything. They were fantastic. And to her, and when she came out, you could tell to them she was a superhero.
The girl who was dancing with Bianca at the very end, her mom passed away this morning.
Oh my God. Oh my God. See,
Triple H mentioned that at the press conference.
That's the thing. When that happened, I was like, you can't do the Make-A-Wish kids dirty with John Cena on night one.
No.
And then do the little black girl whose mom passed away dirty on night two.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Bianca had to win the match. You had to do it. And the thing of it is that now what is the problem with Bianca? The only woman that I believe that is believable to take the title from Bianca that I wouldn't hate, hint, hint, Charlotte Flair, is Rhea Ripley, and she's otherwise occupied. And I believe the only woman who could take the title from Rhea Ripley, believably, that I wouldn't hate, maybe would be Becky, but you'd have to really watch that story, make it work right, or Bianca. They've been teasing Bianca and Rhea for a while now. Now they're both champions. If they're both holding it, which I have no reason why they're not, wouldn't be, you could do one of those awesome non-title champion versus champion things at Survivor Series if they don't really do that anymore. But there's something there if they wanted to do it. Asuka being 0-5 at Mania feels bad. Asuka tweeting, I might as well just go back to Japan now, feels really, really bad. And it's just, it never felt like they made this a real story ever. Not once, not ever.
There was not a single effort put into this, which in this case, to your point, they made no effort to build either of the women's title matches at WrestleMania. Charlotte and Rhea had a built-in history that they could work off of, and because they're incredible wrestlers and professionals, they were really able to drive home Rhea is smarter and stronger and faster than she was. She's on Charlotte's level, etc. There was no history with Asuka and Bianca. You have a spooky character, so that makes it all the more challenging if you don't build it. And this just hasn't been that established of a presence on the roster for Asuka. She was super over at Elimination Chamber, unbelievably over. And it didn't feel like it's weird because in my head, in my heart, she should win. But from what they've presented on my screen, I had no indication to feel like Asuka should win. I think it is going to be Charlotte Flair. That makes me really nervous. I said I was worried about Roxanne dethroning a turning heel Charlotte. I now am wondering if that's a thing that they would consider with Bianca, which I would actually hate a little bit less because Bianca turning heel could be really, really refreshing. And Roxanne would be made by it in a second. Right. But you got to tell that story perfectly.
You got to do it just right, because here's the thing: Bianca is John Cena at this point. At this point, if you said there are two options, and you have to pick which one is more likely. She, at some point in her career in WWE, has an extended heel run, or she never turns heel for a single day.
Yeah.
I think the second one's more off. I think the second one is more plausible. They have done something with her which makes her into the Super Cena babyface thing. Honestly, I don't see it ever happening. And the problem is they don't. I thought they had a perfect opportunity to do it with Rhea. Rhea being the only one who could take a KOD and kick out. I don't think anybody's doing it, but if anybody's going to ever do it, I think it could be Rhea. Like they had an opportunity to do something there with Rhea coming in being like, you think you're the future of women's wrestling in this company? I'm the future of women's wrestling in this company. And they can do a really, really good angle there about that. And they didn't do it. And they've decided to keep them separate for as long as they're both holding the titles. They're not going to face each other. They're not going to do that. Maybe until War Games-ish. I don't even know would they even do that. So they're just going to keep them separate, keep them winning, keep them.
They're now in a position I don't know what you do with Bianca because heel-wise, it's extremely weak. Mm-hmm. Damage control is done. I think Bayley's tweet signifies that better than ever, but they already wasted Bayley and Bianca. Mm-hmm. Charlotte's a face. You got to turn her heel. That seems like the way they'll go.
There's no better way to turn her heel again than by having her come into Bianca's world and start shitting on Bianca.
But what other heels even stand a chance, like on the women's roster right now?
There are none. No. I mean, if you wanted to turn Raquel heel, like there would be a match there, and there could be like, oh, how will Bianca ever defeat the big giant Raquel Gonzalez? But she'd just do it. She would just beat her. She would just beat her. And would move on. Like it's the same kind of shit if they would like figure out a guy. How will John Cena ever defeat heel X? Heel X certainly has John Cena's number. No, you don't have. Nobody's got John Cena's number. That's what they're going to do with Bianca for a while. It's just.
And they already did. They already did Piper Niven and Bianca.
Yeah, several times. Remember, it's every time they treat Bianca doing the KOD to Piper Niven as though someone is watching the Big Bang and the universe being created. Like that is how she's done it like 5 times now.
But
and
they haven't had a story, right?
No, but what stories? What stories? What are you talking about?
I know, I was just being cute. I don't know.
Stories. Jesse Ozog says, justice for Eddie Kingston. That's why Kate is so mad, right? Did something else happen this weekend?
You listen to me, partner. I should have beat Claudio. You should have beat Claudio.
He should have beat Claudio. So that's a good one. This is fun. Casillo's got a bunch of rants, and then he says this one, which I'm going to talk about now. Okay, my last fucking rant for now. Fuck that. It's not. How the fuck do you have Bobby Lashley come out and do a wave spot? How does LA Knight never see the stage? Meanwhile, a goddamn punter, a fucking son of a billionaire, and a goddamn grifter fraudster are on the show having matches.
Yeah.
He
came out with the butterscotch statue, though.
He came out with a giant trophy. And he waved. And honestly, like there was the thing, and I sent this thing of like the KSI from yesterday was like, I'll fight Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley responded with a tweet like, well, listen, if nobody else is going to step up, sure, I'll kick your ass. And I was like, oh God, I've just vomited in my mouth so hard it came out my nose. However, that would have been preferable to Bobby Lashley going on like, hi. At least he would have had a match. He would have had a match. He would have,
but it would have been
any match he would have been a squash. If it had been LA Knight would have been squashed. And I don't want that for LA Knight. Doing it to the fucking grifter friend of a grifter, fine, get it done, get it over with. Bobby Lashley wins, like by hurt locking this other fraudster so hard that he just snaps in half. Great, good.
No, just do a better job. Just make winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal thing mean you get an open challenge at WrestleMania, and you have 2 nights of WrestleMania. They're very long. You could have LA Knight come out and they have an actual 10-minute match, and it's not a squash. Just do that.
Honestly, this is what they could do. The problem is they would never put like main event level guys like Bobby Lashley in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on a normal occasion. So what it is it's your mid card. It's a mid card battle royal. The winner of the match gets a shot at their pick of the IC title or the US title on the Raw after Mania. And they get a pick. That in that moment, they're saying, I choose you, not you. And then they have the match right there, which gives them an advantage because they won the battle royal. And like, honestly, the first time you do it, you have the winner of the battle royal win that match. Then everybody thinks, well, hell, this might be something. This could be something. It would actually be a chance for you to elevate your mid-carders in a way you would never do ever. But, they're never going to do that. So what am I even talking about?
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. That's a really great idea.
I mean, like it's full of.
It's kind of like making the All-Star game win something mean something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it does just a little something.
All they get is their name on a plaque on a giant trophy they don't even get to keep. That's it.
And it's not even like it's an insult to.
Yes.
Andre. It looks terrible. Yeah. You're $1 billion company.
Yeah. It's so funny. Jake's like, I'm so happy to see everyone turning on WWE. My agenda is picking up steam. The problem is, Jake, is they are turning on WWE for doing something that you actually liked that they did. So it doesn't matter to you why they hate WWE, just that they hate WWE. And honestly, I'm here for the chaos.
I want wrestling to be good.
Some men just want to watch the world burn. Yeah, no, it's bad. Dave saying the last WWE match I ever watched was when Brock squashed Kofi for the title. The SmackDown. I'm done and canceled the network. That was the first show ever reviewed on Sour Graps. What a wonderful, auspicious beginning to this. I went into this thinking this was going to be a bit. That I was going to have to come up with funny reasons to hate things about WWE programming. And the first show I reviewed was the one where they ended Kofi Mania in 6 seconds with Brock Lesnar for no reason. Of course, it's not a bit anymore. It was supposed to be.
No, you haven't even had to try, Alex.
I haven't had to try. No. No. Yeah, it's bad. So let's see what else we have here about this. Okay. So we had the Hell in the Cell. We had
Sparkle Mask.
We had Brood Edge come out in a disco ball skull mask for some reason with like devil wings. And why
did he come out to his old theme?
He came out to a Slayer song.
Yeah.
And then he switched up to his theme, to his around this day.
I sweep cleanly.
Everything has a just my skull mask has a disco shine. And
if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right.
We gotta do it.
Wait, where is it? Okay, there it is. You think you know me?
I sweep cleanly. Everything has a just shine. So and then Finn came out and he was doing like weird martial arts moves with a couple of fog machines in his hands. I don't know.
Dude, the paint looked so cool. The smoke looked so dumb. I hated it. I was like, we said on the watch log, he looked like he was at Burning Man. It didn't look cool.
The reason is because fucking Burning Man takes place during the day, a lot of it. And so did this match. You can't have a Demon Balor match coming out when it's sunlight outside. Like, they waited as long as they could, I guess. They can't be the main, so it's the semi-main. But it was still fucking light outside. West Coast WrestleManias. So it is I don't know, man. It's so ridiculous. They had no, thank you. Hold on. Listen, I salute you. I salute you, Don D'Ambrosio.
Wait, we'll put up this, and then we can get a screenshot with it later.
Hold on. Actually, I have it.
This is cinema.
Salud.
This is art.
So they had color coordinated purple and red
weapons,
kendo sticks, and they had a purple chair, a purple table, and a red chair.
Ooh, can I make my lights purple? One sec. Keep talking.
Can you?
Yeah, I think so.
I got a pinkish one back there behind me. I can't really see it. Oh, there it is. See, there it is. There's my pinkish one back there.
Nice.
Yeah. I wish I had a remote and I could switch it to purple. Boop. But I don't.
Did it work?
I don't know. Did it? Yeah. So this was really, I don't care. This is, I said, I tweeted this right after the Elimination Chamber match that they had. Now let us never speak of this feud again. It didn't work. So let's try it again, once more with feeling. Now let us never speak of this feud again. Edge starting the Judgment Day for no fucking reason. There's no reason for him to have turned heel on AJ Styles. That was dumb as shit. Then he started the Judgment Day. And then, they jumped him out of the gang with no provocation whatsoever. Honestly, I still say this. There was an opportunity over the course of a couple of months to tell a story of how Edge has realized that his charges have gotten the better of him. And they've gotten a little too overzealous in their evilness. And he tries to rein them in. And they say, thank you. You're right. You're right. We have gotten a little out of sorts. Thank you. We appreciate that. And Edge's like, good. I'm glad we could work that out. And then the next time they're all together, they beat the hell out of him and say, are you kidding? You taught us too well. Like that being a phrase that they could bring up to him. They didn't. The thing is, when Rhea says that before she hits Beth with a chair, he didn't teach you guys jack shit. Like he was in charge of the entire group for 5 minutes. Less than that, for 30 seconds between the time when Finn joined and then they put him through a table, which magically turned him babyface again after months of just telling every audience he was in front of that they were fat and smelly because their town smelled. It's been dumb from the beginning. Seth deciding, I must get revenge on these people. And they've been doing it for months and months and months and months and months and months. It's over. Thank God, finally let it be over. Edge pinned Finn Balor tonight in the Hell in a Cell. Please, for the love of God, let it be over.
My hope is that Judgment Day is over. My other thing is I actually think the world of Edge. I think he's a phenomenally natural talker. And when you waste someone like that in Spooky Town, in Spooky Town Population Edge, if you had Edge versus Duke Hudson with a normal storyline, it would be so awesome. Those are two guys who are in their same worlds or
really
whatever.
Good talking. Yeah,
and they're both in weird spooky storylines that they don't need to be in.
CO says, oh, what the fuck was the stoppage in the Hell in a Cell? It's a fucking Hell in a Cell. What in the actual fucking fuck? Also, do they bring Shotzi's tank just so places can report they brought the tank? I do believe it was a gas shortage, and they could not get down to the ring.
Look, if it's that the brakes weren't going to be good enough, that's the right call.
Yeah, if it is, if that is indeed it, I get you. However, the blood stoppage was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that was silly.
Also, you're about to be bought by a company that owns a fighting ring where people's eyes get just punched out of their face. Blood is going to be a thing now, so just allow it. It's just I did really appreciate Finn Balor as the Demon. going up to the top, standing on some kind of platform in the wall of the Hell in a Cell, and then not falling off by act of God, but jumping off himself, and jumping through a table with his feet so hard that he was no longer able to walk. Ow! The soles of my feet were broken. The fall was broken by this table. I cannot stand. Oh, spear. Oh, I'm dead.
Kude,
Speaking of dead, the demon is dead. The demon's been fully exorcised by Russell Crowe in the new movie, The Pope's Exorcist. And now it's over. You've buried the demon forever. He can no longer be the demon. That's 2 in a row. But one via act of God, because he lost the match via oopsie daisy, and the other because he jumped through a table so hard he hurt his tootsies. No. Done. We're done with the demon. It's finished. Fantastic, honestly. These are 2 wonderful puns. Coup de gross, and it's finished.
Long live Prince Devitt.
Yeah, it was.
Even it's been Dr. Scholl.
It's good. Via oopsie daisy. Well, it's true. So he lost the match via oopsie daisy. So yeah, this is that's that. Here we go. Let's talk more about this for the rest of this time, because Lord knows we got a lot of things still left to talk about. I think people want to talk about it. So CO says, how in the fuck? Wait. No, here we go. Let's go back to the beginning of CO's crazy rants. Here we go. CO says, wow, fucking wow. How did they not pull the trigger? I'm okay with it, but how are they doing this? Kate, you're a fucking pro. Alex is a prophet. Somebody check on poor Jensen. Tonight was so fucking rough outside of the IC title. And CO then says, how in the fuck is this reign even respectable at this point? Literally all but like 2 of his defenses were schmozzy finishes with interference. They act like he's this conqueror. His reign has become no different than any of Triple H's runs. Aha! Triple H actually loves Roman more than Vince ever did, because he sees himself in Roman. Then CO says, this does scream a change that was made today. I'm so fucking blown away. Apparently it's not. Apparently SRS says it was made weeks ago. The Usos losing yesterday makes no sense with Roman winning today. Seth beating Roman and Cody beating Seth could pay this off, but good God, fuck off. I'm so fucking mad, says CO.
The Usos losing and having loyalty to him when there was nobody to help them in their match makes absolutely no sense. It's what there seems to be a disconnect with in wrestling sometimes, because it feels this way with Jericho angles. It definitely feels this way with the Bloodline. Long-term storytelling and beating the same shit into the ground are not the same thing.
Yeah.
They're just not.
No.
This is beating the same shit into the ground to,
yes.
If you're beating a dead horse, the glue that horse is at this point, to the detriment of the rest of your roster. Also, this just tells me Trick Williams is going to be the most important person in the company for next decade. If this is how Roman's going to keep winning, this is what you're going to get from Carmelo Hayes. I was looking forward to things, Alex. I know it wasn't the most satisfying story in the world, but I was looking forward to having a babyface champion for the first time in 3 years, at least. I was looking forward to what Cody Rhodes was going to do with young up-and-comers. I was looking forward to what Cody was going to do just from a storytelling perspective, because that's where his strength is. I was looking forward to what a champion without a bunch of henchmen was going to look like. I was looking forward to all of these things. Even though I feel like the story, I liked it better than you, I don't feel like it was as satisfying as everybody was shoehorning it to be, and I don't feel like it was anywhere close to what they built out with Sammy. But if you're going to sacrifice Sammy, if you're going to sacrifice Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle, if you're going to sacrifice the rest of the roster that Brock Lesnar beat to then lose to Roman Reigns, for the 11th time or whatever. Why am I watching the show if you're going to have all of those matches be exactly the same? Solo Sikoa's debut was against Drew McIntyre, and he was hooded, and this is how Roman won.
Mm-hmm.
What happened tonight? He was ejected, and then he was hooded and won.
Yeah.
It is so unbelievably boring to trot out the same shit. I said this at Elimination Chamber. Even if you were going to have Sammy lose, you had the opportunity to have the story get told differently. And they didn't.
So
sucks.
Yeah. I think, and again, this is Monday morning quarterbacking, but that's kind of my specialty. The Solo and Cody match they had on Raw, where Cody pinned him for the first time in his main roster career. Didn't need that anymore, because guess what? We're doing Cody versus Solo one-on-one in Backlash. We're doing that match. Wouldn't it be better if Cody hadn't been able to pin him in that match on Raw, and now it's Solo still going into that match at Backlash undefeated, and like Solo costing Cody the match tonight, like with that extra, because he's pissed at Cody for saying over and over again, "You're not ready. You're not ready." Well, fuck you, Cody. I'm gonna shove my Samoan thumb right in your not Samoan trachea, and I'm
Samoan
it's a Samoan spike, not Samoan, very much not Samoan. So that match could have more behind it, but it doesn't because of bad booking. The match, while I was watching it, it felt, because to me it seemed like a fucking foregone conclusion, that Cody was going to win. It just felt like they were shoehorning every little fucking thing they possibly could into making it the most important match of all time. It just felt like they were doing stuff just to do it. It just felt like they weren't doing. It just felt like they were milking a bunch of the stuff within it to get to that point. And it was. Are these guys great professional wrestlers? Yes. Did they do their job well? Yes. But it did feel like, okay, after that big moment, we need another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one.
No, see, that I actually disagree with. I actually felt like this was, if you're going to tell me this whole thing is centered around Dusty Rhodes' favorite kid, I felt like there was a lot of really, really good stuff in there. I felt like him using the figure 4 as like one of the major hope spots was awesome. I felt like, by the way, we got a DM. Finn's skull is just split open, or I don't even know what spot that happened on.
Well, that's the one where they stopped the match for. That was when they threw the ladder at him. Threw the ladder at him, and that's what they stopped the match for.
What part of the ladder creates a?
He literally put his head at it, and one of the rungs, the steel split it.
The soundproof is falling. The sky is falling.
Poor Finn. So yeah, I guess that was a good. Was a good stoppage. That was a good stoppage.
Yeah. Holy shit. Cody comes out with his weight belt, which he gave to.
Yeah.
Brody's
the -1
son.
Yep.
He comes out to only a medium amount of pyro, which should have been the first clue.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said Eddie no, because it took down my Eddie picture.
No, Eddie.
I live, partner. Ain't no soundproof and tearing me down.
Yeah.
No, I liked the match up until then. I didn't feel like it was spot after spot. I felt like a story build. I felt like
here's the thing. I knew that there was going to be after all of the and listen, these guys are both great at Roman's the best ever. Cody's no slouch at it. 2.999 kickouts.
Holy crap, yeah.
Roman's the best ever. Cody's very good at it. Very, very, very good at it. So all those there, but every time they did one, I was like, that ain't the finish. You know why it ain't the finish? Because they still got a whole bunch of shit they got to do.
Yeah.
And so I never bought any of it, but the fact that everyone in the arena was buying every single near fall and Michael Cole was screaming in my ear about it. I was like, you guys, don't you understand how these matches are laid out? Especially a Roman Reigns match. There's no way this match ends without a ref bump, a distraction spot, a belt shot, interference, or all of the above. And they chose almost all of the above. Because
but where I bit at it, Alex, was I thought there ain't no way that the Usos would come down here. Because that would make no fucking sense for what happened last night. There's no way that they are dumb enough to have the Usos come down and interfere in this match, because that would negate everything that happened the night before. And there's no way at WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes, who they shoved down our throats for the past few months, that they're just going to try out the same formula that they always do. Sure, Solo will be there, but because Solo doesn't have any reason to be mad at Roman Reigns, Solo makes sense, but there's no way they'd send the Usos down after the Usos lost last night and Roman didn't do a single thing to help them. No way they'd do that.
No, but see, I knew they would. I knew they were going to because it plays into last night. And honestly, I thought, well, that's nice of them, I suppose. They allowed Kevin and Sami to be the reason that Cody was going to win the title. That it did look like it was Cody who was like, hey, you guys should probably get together. And then where they hugged it out and Cody was like a proud papa backstage watching on TV. And they actually repaid him for that by getting the Usos out of there, hitting Roman with a stunner and a haluva kick, and then getting the Usos to fuck off forever. And here comes Cody, crawls over, puts the arm over. He's not going to get that thing. Obviously, you're not going to get that Triple H cover to win as the baby face. So what's he going to do? When he hit the crossroads, I was like, that ain't enough, is it, Codester? Is it? Picks him back up for number 2. Oh, hit the third one. You know you wanna. And when he picked him up for the third one, and Paul Heyman got on the apron, I stood up from my couch. And I was like, Paul Heyman is distracting the referee. And when Cody got backed up into the corner opposite the ring from where the ref was, not looking his direction, I was like, holy shit, they're gonna do it. And then here comes Solo, who had already been ejected before, wearing a hood now so nobody would know it was him, even though he's wearing his obvious gear. He never shows up in anywhere.
He has no shoes on.
He has no shoes on. Who could this possibly be? He's wearing a hoodie. I have no idea who this is. And
Xylee, obviously.
And then he gives a Samoan spike to Cody.
He also gave a Samoan spike to Cody.
And then Roman hit the spear, and I was like, they're gonna. As soon as he picked him up for the third one, and Paul got on the apron, I was like, they're going to have Roman retain. These fucking people have lost their minds. Now, these people will not have lost their minds if they do the thing that I'm telling them they should do, but they won't do that, so they've lost their minds. Like, I do believe there is value in actually telling the story. I do believe there is value in that. If you do it the way that would allow it to be as poetic a finish as possible, you finish the story in the place where the story began, in Madison Square Garden. You have an opportunity to pull the biggest number SmackDown has ever gotten in like years and years and years by doing it on the Friday after Independence Day at Madison Square Garden, where you know Cody's going to do it. If that was their plan, fine. I don't think that's their plan, so they're fucking idiots. There you go. Like this thing is they could. It's just fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking stupid. They're fucking stupid. But I knew they were stupid.
I don't even think that's it is beat by beat a much better call. It is a dumb call to not do this at WrestleMania. The year after Cody restarted his story in WWE, after the roads to WrestleMania, after the finish of the story, you're extending the story. Apparently, we're only in the third inning.
Mm-hmm.
I also, by the way, Eddie Gomez saying that I thought maybe they'd have a dusty finish. That also went off in my head. Maybe it's like a reverse dusty finish where the ref is like, no, I did see Solo or something. Just as a Hail Mary, my brain went there.
Right. Yeah. No,
of course not.
Yeah, I did think that they were going to do the actual dusty finish.
Right.
We're going to have Cody win it, but then lose it anyway to like just really stick it in, because I thought that they like doing that sometimes. They really do. Of course. They really appreciate doing that to us.
This is the dumbest shit in the world. This is so fucking dumb. I'm so tired of seeing every babyface get middled and leveled and ruined because of Roman Reigns, who gains nothing from this, really, by the way. Roman Reigns does not come out looking all the stronger for this. He gets a nominal 1,000 days, probably, we're guessing, with this shit, which doesn't mean dog shit. Unless the only thing that would be satisfying, now I don't really actually give a shit about Cody, to be honest. Like, I don't. This was dumb. I have some interest, maybe if Seth Rollins is the one to do it. I have way more interest if it's Jey Uso. I don't really give a fuck, though. I really don't. Because I don't want to see, if it's not someone from within the bloodline, I really don't fucking care about Roman kicking out at 299 7 million times for Solo Sikoa and the Usos, who shouldn't have any loyalty to him at this point, to fucking interfere on his behalf so he gets the win. I don't care. I don't even give a shit about Paul Heyman right now. This is so fucking boring and stupid and a waste of your entire roster.
It really is.
He has 2 titles and he doesn't come to work. This is so fucking dumb.
Yeah. It really is. It's very, very dumb.
I really am like sincerely concerned it's going to be The Rocket at SummerSlam. Like really genuinely concerned.
Why would they do it at SummerSlam? Why won't they do it at Philadelphia next Mania? Like, just keep it on for another year. Get him. Here's the thing: is the closer they get, the longer. Maybe
nobody gives a fuck. I love Bruno Sammartino. I do. Nobody gives a fuck about Bruno Sammartino. I'm sorry. Nobody gives a shit. I do. I watched the documentary. It's great. He matters. He's one of the most important figures in wrestling that doesn't get talked about enough. Nobody gives a fuck about Bruno Sammartino.
I don't have it in me to be angry at people this stupid.
That's detrimental to this brand now.
Now
like, I'm concerned.
Like, listen. I mean, like, when I thought they were making decisions, like on purpose to fuck with they don't have any. I don't know. It's like listen.
We have switched roles tonight. Normally, I'm a little gassed out on it. You're fired up. Now I'm fired up and you're gassed out.
The bullies who make fun of the kids on the short bus. Like, come on, what are you doing? Like, that's like, honestly, because these people, they're honestly, they're not even trying anymore. You know what I mean? Like, again. Prove me wrong, WWE. Prove to me you have more of a thought in your head than, what if we could get him to 1,000 days? But that's not that far from now. Maybe we've got him to 1,000 days. And then what? Oh, I don't know. Like, no. So if that's what you're doing, fuck you. If you have thoughts, like actual plans, do something. Like, do something. Like, it's... do something.
If they were gonna do something, they would have given it to Sammy. They don't have a fucking plan.
So the thing about it is that what, like, God, I just
unless the plan is Jey Uso, they don't have a plan.
If the plan is Jey Uso, everything is forgiven, honestly, because that fucking guy deserves it.
Sure.
If the plan is,
and that's where the story started. You want to finish the story? You finish it with Jey Uso? Fine. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, they're not going to do it though.
This is so dumb.
Like it's, I don't know. God, it's just.
What is the point?
I mean, I'm angry on behalf of Sammy because it did seem like they were saying, hey, we can't do Sammy. We know everybody wants it to be Sammy. We know we accidentally told the perfect story for it to be Sammy, but it can't be Sammy because it's got to be Cody. Like, it's okay. We'll make sure Sammy and Kevin reunite and take the tag titles off the Usos in the main event of night one. Like, we'll give you literally, we'll throw all the bones at you we possibly can. It can't be Sammy taking it off of Roman because it's got to be Cody. It's got to be Cody. I mean, obviously, how could it not be Cody? And then then to not be Cody, like it boggles the mind that would be the decision that they would do. Like, see, that's the whole thing. This is why I'm less, I don't know, crazy about it than other people are. I think that build that Cody had with Roman was dog shit. I don't think it was good at all. And not dog shit. It wasn't good. It was fine. It was middling. It was mid. It was medium-ish. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good build.
It wasn't a good build, but Alex, like, people got behind it for better or worse. And it was, if you're not putting over the guy you handpicked,
I know.
Who the fuck are you putting over him? Because you didn't pick the guy that you told the story with, and you also didn't pick the guy that you handpicked to go over Roman. What the fuck? You built out a perfect story, and you said, no, we're not giving you the conclusion because we've handpicked this guy who we're also not choosing. That is fucking what on earth?
Like it. The thing about Cody, and this is the thing, I wouldn't have minded so much if they had shoved him down our throats for a year, but they forgot he existed for several months while he was hurt, and then shoved him down every orifice in our bodies for a month before the Royal Rumble, and then
I didn't know he was hurt.
Yeah, and then they booked him to win the Royal Rumble from the 30 spot, and then they had him come out and be like, finish the story, and my daddy and my daddy and my daddy. And it never felt like it was important. Here's the thing. This is on, you know what this does to me? What him losing this match in this way does is I have been saying, okay, and when I first started out saying this, it doesn't matter when Cody wins the title, it doesn't matter where Cody wins the title, it doesn't matter from whom Cody wins the title. It just matters that he wins the title. If he wins the title at SummerSlam or next year's Mania or whatever, it matters that he wins the title. I believe that I think he should win the title, but I don't think it matters when, where, or from whom. Now, there's a thing on the horizon where it could matter where if they do it at the Garden. And it definitely matters now that he beats Roman for it because of this particular, there's a narrative, particularly in the NBA in sports, but also other places, that you can't actually win the championship until you've suffered some kind of terrible, demoralizing defeat that you can then build yourself up from and win the title the next year. And that is bullshit because sports aren't scripted. But everyone assumes that they are the way they talk about that kind of shit. Sometimes it actually works out that way. Michael Jordan didn't win the title until a few years. He got stopped by the Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals a bunch of times, finally broke through that, and then he started winning titles.
Sorry, somebody sent me a tweet that they said wasn't important, and it was just David from Schitt's Creek going, "That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard," several times over. So it was not that important. I thought it was something to do with the press conference. The thing is, Alex,
yeah,
they lost fans tonight. They lost fans.
They did.
It is arguably a more compelling story. It's almost inarguably a more compelling story what you laid out. You've ruined 8 months of a perfect story to do this, and then you didn't do it.
I agree with that part.
And I actually don't really care about Cody right now. I don't, because now what? So what do you guys want to talk about? I gave everything I had, but I just couldn't beat the numbers game, and even with the tag champs in my corner, they just had one more guy. Fuck, I don't care. And I don't care about Roman Reigns. Because all you've shown me this entire fucking time is the same thing.
See, now there's the thing, is you have the biggest Cody stan in the world in Steven Jensen, who's now 12 minutes ago tweeted, "I witnessed Cody Rhodes use a loss during his senior season of high school wrestling as motivation to become a different animal. I've never seen anyone work harder at anything. Cody won the rematch and became back-to-back state champion. Cody pins Roman next time." See, I've already got the Steven Jensen on board.
That would have been great at Elimination Chamber. And then if Cody won here, you have ill-timed. If you want to do this story, you have ill-timed everything about it. And to be honest, I'm just not convinced because they've given me no reason to believe. And it's fucking dumb to put Captain America, your babyface, over in Saudi Arabia. That is dumb. And I think that's why they're going to do it. And it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's too bad because they can easily wait. They can easily wait and have and they don't have to do it there. They can do it at a different time. I do believe this. I do believe that right now, I do believe that it will be Cody in a rematch that pins Roman Reigns. I do believe that. I just don't know where.
I just don't care.
It's going to be.
I
know you don't. And honestly, you are right to not care. Okay, but I do believe that is the plan at this point. Is for Cody to win a rematch. I believe that is actually not what they should have done at this point. This was the place to do it. It's honestly it feels like they didn't realize how incredibly over this guy was, even though they were pushing him at people for so hard since the Rumble, and even before the Rumble, they were pushing we want this guy to be so over, but
the story was bad, but people really wanted Cody Rhodes to win because they bought into the story that he was supposed to finish tonight. They bought into this guy was in Legacy, and they did nothing with Legacy. He was dashing, which I loved dashing Cody Rhodes, honestly. They did nothing with dashing Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
He was Stardust. He didn't want to be Stardust anymore. He went away. He reinvented himself. He started another fucking company. He got back here. He got back here for this moment. He comes back at WrestleMania last year and has this incredible moment and match with Seth Rollins. He unfortunately injures himself. We both thought it was really fucking dumb, but a lot of people thought it was really fucking cool that he went in there with an injured pec. And he put on what I thought was dumb, but inarguably somewhat gutsy match against him. And then he had to go away for a while. And he built he spent months probably after surgery and rehabbing himself. And he comes back at Royal Rumble, and it was dumb. It was in the 30 slot. But everybody was excited he was back, except you and me. And he has basically a match with Gunther, and you think, oh my God, Gunther is going to be like the first mega feud that he has after, and then he's facing Marcel Bartel on SmackDown, and then we get here, and all the investment that we weren't even that invested in, but you told us, you have betrayed on your own rules. I don't give a fuck about Saudi Arabia.
No, can't. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's bad. Feeling Dreepy says, does Cody win the Money in the Bank to get his rematch with Roman? I think that is technically possible. I think they might do a babyface wins the Money in the Bank and then calls his shot. Now, Money in the Bank apparently is in. I know. I'm not saying it's good.
He won Royal Rumble, and now he has another device that automatically gets him to the amount of fucked.
I know. I agree with you. I'm trying to. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying, could you see them doing this? That is how I look at a lot of this shit. I have two things looking at the future. One, they should do this, but they won't. And two, could they do this instead? And him winning the Money in the Bank on July 1st, I believe, in London, and then calling his shot for the following Friday at Madison Square Garden. Like, could they? They could. Could he win the Money in the Bank and call his shot for SummerSlam? Definitely they could do that.
How many title shot devices are you going to have the same guy win when you have had the title also tied up in the same guy for 3 fucking years? This company is dumb.
Don't do it. Could they?
I'm just giving you Joel Pearl heat. Like, Joel is right and doesn't like a lot of the things that he says, but is right about them. It is fucking so dumb.
Yeah. So then Feeling GP continues. Also, it's not Cody. Who beats Roman? Then who does? I say this story has been about the family. It started with Jay and should end with Jay. It's like they say, you got to finish the story. Like Jay being the guy to actually beat Roman would be great. I do think they owe Jay a single victory.
In 2047.
I know. They do owe Jay a singles victory over Roman. I thought it was going to come against Roman after Roman lost the title to Cody tonight. So
of course it would.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Oh my God, they just negated everything they did right in night 1 of Mania too.
Chris Mueller says, Sour Graps, this was such a dumb ending. You don't build a story with one logical conclusion and pull a finish like this just to make your outcome seem less predictable. That ain't why they did it. This stupid finish took the wind out of the sails of night 2 completely. Well, I would argue that like the only great thing that happened on night 2 was the triple threat. Was the IC triple threat. A very good thing was the Asuka versus Bianca, which was hurt by a bad build. Everything else was either bad or just whatever.
Fine. Yeah.
And so like it wasn't like, oh, this if they when Cody pins Roman, this will go down in history as the greatest WrestleMania ever with no flaws. No, that's not at all true, because a lot of shit that happened on night 1 wasn't necessarily great either, but there was some bad shit tonight. So
to be honest, too, if it's Jay, that'll be a satisfying creative story, but it also feels like you don't have to dismantle your entire roster to get to it.
Sure as hell don't have to do
You could have done that in 6 months.
Yeah. Yep. So there's wait, hold on. Then Jake celebrating. Our agenda won. Yeah, no, if Sammy can't win Cody, then neither can you. Yeah, I got you. This is the
thing. But also Sammy can't.
All right, that's the thing. My agenda was never based on actual Cody Rhodes hate. My agenda was based on you don't throw away perfection to get to shoehorn this thing onto Cody. And so maybe that's why I'm not as upset about it, is because they didn't shoehorn it onto Cody yet. Like my biggest gripe with all of this is that they had a fantastic story and threw it all away for a middling story. They're never going to do it because they suck. But there is an opportunity now to tell a great story about a guy now needing to beat Roman Reigns for this title. Where before he didn't need to beat Roman for it, he just needed to beat somebody for it. It could have been anybody. But now they needed to beat Roman Reigns for it.
At not WrestleMania. At not WrestleMania.
I mean, like honestly, there's too many flaws in all of this shit to even like to name them all. It's bad. I won't say it's not bad. It's bad. Yeah. So hold on. I did that one. Sean Blanford says, I'm Team Kate on this decision. Everything about this bloodline story is now ass backwards and will take forever to get it to a smart conclusion. Whatever the F that may be now. Keep breathing fire, Kate.
Like an American dragon.
Mm-hmm. Jesse Ozog has a has a Shakespeare quote for us. Cody's monologue. Like to a chaos or an unlicked bear whelp that carries no impression like the dam. And am I then a man to be beloved? O monstrous fault to harbor such a thought. I'll make my heaven to dream upon the crown. From Richard III.
Maybe Cody should have done that instead of rapping Tupac.
That is true. That was a woof decision. Cardwiz says night one thoughts that I couldn't get in yesterday. First WWE show I've seen in 3 years. Austin Theory has the worst dropkick I've ever seen. The Ray disrespect with treating his dream feud with Shamrock as serial hype shows how they really feel about his legacy. Well, like, listen, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch child abuse match probably wasn't the best decision. I'm just back to being bored by Roman. He's never been interesting to me. It's the people around him that are great. And with Sammy and Cody beating the last of the interesting contenders are gone. Maybe Seth, Jay, or Solo. Can't wait for Riho and Hayter. Yeah, Riho and Hayter should be good. No, I don't know.
This is a really great weekend because, like, Roxanne proved that if you have anxiety, you're a loser. Mm-hmm. And Cody proved that if you have this story of adversity and you go back to the indies and make yourself and start a different company and come back and have all of this, repair yourself from injury, win at Royal Rumble, that's also fucking useless. So, yeah.
No, it all of it's fucking useless. It's not good at all. So I just don't. I don't know what Nick Khan has the fucking balls to be like. We plan months in advance. What are your plans, Nick? Like, what are your plans? Like here, like what do you have? Like, what are your plans, man? Like, here's the deal: you have this opportunity right now to also, like, not that it's a major part of it, but it's a part of it. Cody was the first major ship jumper from AEW to WWE. Now, granted, he was going back, but you had an opportunity to show the people, the top guys from AEW, if they wanted to come to WWE, the grass was greener here. Maybe if you're not, maybe Miro, would you like to come back? You know, you don't like your creative over there. Well, look at what we're doing with Cody. We immediately made him the top guy in our company. FTR, come on back. We'll build the entire tag division around you. Jay White, wouldn't you like to sign with us over them? But who would fucking make that decision after tonight? Who would? Who could possibly? I mean, it's just.
Well, and now it's like you don't know what you're getting into with who's going to own the company either.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors that you have to consider now as a free agent.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just man, this is 1,000 years ago when everybody was so happy Trips was taking over creative. Everyone was about this thing would change.
Oh, when Damage Control did nothing, that's when I was out. To be honest, I was nope.
No.
I was like, this isn't the Triple H we know.
No, it's not at all. Insert clever Tegan Knox pun sent something today in the middle of the day. Tegan's Chinese Theater Knox.
I don't get it.
It's the Hollywood Chinese Theater. I believe it's called something Chinese Theater, but I can't remember what it rhymes with Tegan, I think.
Oh, okay.
So
that fits in our LA Hollywood puns thing, but I didn't know what the pun was.
Exactly. There
My
we go.
apologies.
There's the pun. That's it. Okay, we got a couple of jukeboxes here. They're very spiteful. Jake Salazar says, Alex, due to Cody Rhodes losing, I need to hear Linder singing "Living My Life Like It's Golden" by Jill Scott. I mean, paying money, so gotta do it, I guess. All right. Living my life like it's golden. And lyrics. Okay, here we go. Lyrics. All right. Hey, oh, hey, yeah, oh, yeah. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting on my chain, wearing it round my neck like Parker Boudreaux. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my core. Wherever I choose to go, it will take me for. I'm living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, sitting it loud and strong, grooving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. I'll be high-stepping, y'all, letting the joy unfold. Living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, and etc.
Linder's a legend.
And then Zach Barber says, can we get a performance of Kool and the Gang's Celebration in honor of that two-faced Cody Rhodes leading to Roman? I'm just giddy right now. Celebrate Good Times by Kool and the Gang, as sung by everybody that I have impressions of. You shout them. You shout them out, and I'll have to switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, lyrics here. I'm going to start as Linda, and then you'll have to let me know what.
Okay.
Celebrate good times. Come on, do.
Nathan Fraser.
Celebrate good times. Come on, let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the year.
William Regal.
So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're going to celebrate and party with you. Come on now, man in the mask. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time.
Gunther.
Celebration. We're going to celebrate, have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure?
Papa Pulaski.
Everyone around the world, come on. Yahoo! It's a celebration. Yahoo!
Darby Allin.
Celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on, let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the years.
Just riding this one out.
So bring your good times and your laughter too, Malachi Black. We're going to celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah. Celebration. We're going to celebrate and have a good time. Brody King, it's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on, do. Yahoo! It's a celebration.
Brody King.
This also was very like Amanda Huber was pissed. How dare they do this in front of Brody Jr. after they did a whole thing and like, I mean, like they were 2 for 3 on doing them kids dirty Like they did the Make-A-Wish kids and -1, but they were okay with the dancing
Bianca's
girls.
troop.
Bianca's troop, yeah. That's it. That was fun. We should do one of those again sometime, where you just call out things
The
in the middle of
wheel?
it.
I
Yeah.
left Tony D'Angelo out. That's a bummer.
Sorry.
I had to have Darby right at home though.
Mm-hmm.
That is why we're the number one show.
Especially when it's a song about celebrating good times. Because
for sure. On Sour
Darby's
Patch.
all about celebrating good times.
Of course he is. Malachi Black.
Oh. Richard Topper says whole Wrestle Club was so upset and crying. Fuck them kids. Vince McMahon. Fuck them kids. Vince McMahon for sure. So this is why I subscribe to Select, because of little concerts that I do, is directed by Kate.
Director Kate. Oh, where'd Alex go? Oh no. Hi, I'm Alex Pulowski. Everything sucks, including the main event of WrestleMania. My God, my guess is Alex tried to accidentally. If you try and back out of a comment, it's very easy to leave the studio. Everything sucks. I was you for a minute.
Well, that was wow. What did I do? That was weird. All right. Well,
sometimes
back.
When you unclick off of a comment, it's really easy to make yourself leave the studio.
Well, not my fault. Nice bangs, Alex. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna go toodles. Everything sucks, especially WWE booking.
See you tomorrow.